What up, Reader fam? Today I'm bringing you my July book haul, and this video contains paid promotion with Disney Book Group and Penguin Random House. I don't have too many books to show you today, which is probably good because I've been feeling the stress of my TBR pile lately. I really don't need to keep adding physical books to that TBR pile, and I'll be honest with you guys, I'm on a bit of a book buying ban, which I normally don't go on book buying bans because they normally don't work for me, but so far, this one's going well. The books that I'm about to show you are ones that I purchased or were sent to me before this ban started. If you guys want to know what my book buying ban entails, let me know down below in the comments and maybe I'll make a video explaining it. Though I'm not sure it's going to last long because you guys know how I am with buying books. I can't contain myself. But let's stop wasting time, let's get into the haul. First up, I picked up the last two books in the Conqueror Saga by Kiersten White. I have Now I Rise and I have Bright We Burn. And the first book in this saga is And I Darken. Now I Rise was the Booksplosion book of the month for the month of June, which I am so glad that it was because I loved it. It gave me that push I needed to carry on with this trilogy, and I'm so glad that I did because this book was so good. Now I Rise was excellent, and the second I finished this book, I needed the third book. Thankfully, the third book was coming out a week after I had read the second book, so all was good in the hood. I ran to Barnes & Noble the day this came out, picked it up, and I've read it already, and let me tell you, this trilogy is excellent. I'm going to have a spoiler-free review on this trilogy because I really need to talk about it and share my feels with you guys because I have a lot of feelings inside of me about these books. Coming out of this trilogy, I'm really surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did because going in, I had some hesitations. I had read a few books by Kiersten White and I didn't really enjoy them, so I was just like, I'm probably not going to enjoy these books, but then I read them and things changed, guys. She came in with a wrecking ball with this trilogy and just... that was me being wrecked by these book wrecking balls. In case you couldn't tell what was just happening. To me, she's really proved that she's grown as a writer, which I love seeing that. One of my favorite things to do is to follow an author's career and to see how much they grow with each book they release. If you don't know anything about this trilogy, it's a historical fiction retelling of Vlad the Impaler, wherein Vlad the Impaler is now a girl named Lada. Like I said, I am going to be doing a full review on this trilogy, so I don't want to say too much, even though I have a lot to say. I could honestly talk about these books for hours. But what I will say about this trilogy is that Kiersten White establishes characters so well, allowing them each to have distinct personalities and voices. And going beyond that, she creates these incredible relationships between the characters. Mind you, they're ones that you'll root for and ones that you'll boo against. One of my favorite things in this trilogy is the complicated sibling bond that happens between Lada and her brother Radu. That sibling bond is what really tugged at my heartstrings with this story. And also just the plot itself is chucked full of jaw-dropping, heart-racing moments. Like I said, there's just so much to say about this trilogy, so look out for my review. I'm just gonna spill all my feels with that review, so look forward to it. Also, if you've read Now I Rise and you want to hear spoilery thoughts, then I will leave a link down below to the Booksplosion live show that took place. I feel like I'm totally overhyping this trilogy, and to that I say I'm sorry. I just really liked it, okay? And I'm surprised by how much I liked it. Next up, I have the Booksplosion book of the month for the month of July, which I keep saying Booksplosion, and for those of you who don't know Booksplosion, Booksplosion is the online book club that I host with Kat from Cattytastic and Christine from Poland Bananas Books. Together, we read a book each month, and then we hold a live show where you guys can come and ask questions and join in on the discussion. So our July book of the month is Tempests and Slaughter by Tamora Pierce. And our live show is on a weird date this month. Our live show is going to be on August 1st, which is a Wednesday. Normally, our live shows are on Saturdays, but this one just landed on a Wednesday, so we're just gonna work with it. Now, let me tell you guys, I am just way too excited about this book, and for two specific reasons. One, this book just sounds epic. It kind of sounds a little bit like Harry Potter, which I'm okay with. And two, it's Tamora Pierce, and I have been meaning to read books by Tamora Pierce for the longest time, and I'm finally getting around to it, and I couldn't be more excited about it. I feel like Tamora Pierce is really a staple when it comes to the fantasy genre, and I've yet to read anything by her, which honestly, how have I gotten away with this for so long? I deserve a book faceplant. Ow. But the time has finally come. I'm going to be reading Tempests and Slaughter by Tamora Pierce, and then we're going to be discussing it on Wednesday, August 1st. Now, this is an origin story about one of her characters that shows up in some of her past works, but you don't have to read those books before going into this book, as it is an origin story. To be honest, though, after I read this book, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go back and read a lot of her past titles. So if any of you guys have read Tamora Pierce and you have any recommendations, hit me up down below in the comments. Anyways, this book follows our main character, Aram, who is on the journey to becoming the realm's most powerful mage. We follow Aram and his two best friends as they attend magic school. Like I said, this book does have Harry Potter vibes. Aram feels as though there is this evil presence looming around the school, and he's gonna do something about it. I always hear such amazing things about Tamora Pierce's books, how she creates these rich worlds with incredibly well-written characters, which are two elements that I live for when it comes to books. I can't wait to read this. I want to start now. Next up, we've got an unboxing! Ha ha ha! I just have to point out the fact that this box says go away, I'm reading. A+ box content. I've been working with Disney Book Group this summer on the release of the Darkest Minds movie, which comes out on August 3rd, and something that actually just kind of dawned on me is the fact that The Darkest Legacy by Alexander Bracken comes out July 31st, and then literally 2 days later the movie's going to be dropping, so it's going to be a very Darkest Minds week that week, which I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to read The Darkest Legacy, and I can't wait to watch The Darkest Minds movie. So today I've got another promotional box to unbox, so let's get into it. Can I get a McDagger up in here? What up, McDagger? Thanks, McDagger. All right, let's see what's inside. It's the yellow PSI box, Electrokinesis. Ooh, gold paper. How fancy schmancy. Ooh, there are some exciting things up in here. First up, I see these socks. I love socks. Specifically, I love bookish socks, and there's not enough bookish socks in the world. So if you make socks, you should make book socks. I don't know why any sock makers would watch my video, but if you are watching my video, make some bookish socks. As you can see, these socks say The Darkest Legacy on them, which is the next book coming out from Alexander Bracken. And then one of the socks says go away, and the other one says I'm reading. These socks are awesome. I love these so much. Since my legs are out of shot, we'll just put these on my arms. Got some arm socks going on today. This looks really strange. I don't know how I feel about this. On to the next thing in the box. Let's do this unboxing with my new arm socks. Next up, there's this cup that's like a light bulb, which is super awesome. It says The Darkest Legacy on it. Not gonna lie, when I first opened the box, I thought there was an actual light bulb in there, and I was like, oh, well, that's kind of a handy gift, thanks. But this is awesome. I'm excited about this. I've got my socks, I've got my beverage, and then I got some candy! I mean, I'm guessing this is candy. I love candy. Feed my candy addiction, why don't ya? They did a really good job with the theme here. And the last thing in the box is The Darkest Legacy by Alexander Bracken! Oh my gosh, it's so shiny and beautiful. I really need to take these arm socks off. They're coming off, guys. Look at that lightning on the inside. Oh wait, the book is upside down in here. Oops, I wonder how that happened. I'll fix that. No worries. There we go. Now the book is upright. All is good in the world. So like I said, this book comes out on July 31st. If you don't know anything about this, first off, where have you been? Second off, this book takes place 5 years after the Darkest Minds trilogy, and we follow the character Zoo. I don't know if I should say anything else because I don't want to spoil the original trilogy, but I love Zoo. She was one of my favorites from the Darkest Minds trilogy, and I can't wait to see what she has to offer in this book. Also, if you haven't read The Darkest Minds, you should read it ASAP because the movie is coming out August 3rd, and you need to be prepared for that movie. I'm just saying, no pressure though. This box was awesome. I'm so excited to read this book and then eat that candy back there. Oh yeah, it's going down. They fed my candy addiction and my book addiction with this box. I kind of want to try the candy before I move on, but I also know that's a bad idea because then I'll just want to eat the rest of the candy, and I can't do that right now. I need to keep filming. Temptation. Why temptation? The next book I received as a birthday gift from my girl Kat from Catty-tastic. Thanks, Kat. I appreciate you. You're the best. And the book she got me is The Poppy War. I think it was right before VidCon that Kat and I were talking about The Poppy War, and I mentioned how much I wanted to read it. So girl hooked a brother up and got me The Poppy War for my birthday. This is an adult fantasy that I believe takes place in a world that's based on modern Chinese history. I could be wrong, but that's what I've heard, so I think that's right. We follow our main character Rin, who is living a miserable life as an orphan, being overworked. One day Rin takes this annual test that takes place that's run by the kingdom to attend a military school, and at this military school they are trained for war. Obviously. Rin ends up killing it and makes it to the school, and just when she thinks her life is going to be transformed for the better, she quickly realizes that's not the case. I love a good underdog story, and that sounds like what I'm getting with this book. I'm also just really hoping that it's going to be very action-packed because I am craving an action-packed book. I really hope it feeds my desire for some intense action scenes because that's what I need right now. Lastly, I was sent a copy of Fox by Nadine Brandis from the publisher, which I believe the publisher is Thomas Nelson, so thanks Thomas Nelson. I already hauled an arc of this book that I got at BEA, and now I've got this here finished copy, which I'm so excited about. It's got that nice gold detailing, which I'm all about. This is a historical fiction fantasy story. It's actually a retelling of the gunpowder plot, which I know next to nothing about, so hopefully this book will kind of educate me on what that's all about. So not only will I learn a little bit about the gunpowder plot, but I will also be getting a touch of magic. To put this book simply, we follow our main character Thomas Fox, who is turning into stone. This is a part of a plague breakout called the Stone Plague. And the only way to cure this whole turning into stone situation is to join his father's plot to assassinate the King of England. But something might make him question his decision to follow through with this plan. And that something just might be love. I've been really enjoying reading some historical fiction retellings, like the Conqueror's Saga by Kirsten White. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one and kind of having that historical fiction retelling element, but also having a touch of magic. So those are all the books that I have to share with you guys today. You guys should let me know down below in the comments which one you think I should read first, but also let me know down below in the comments some books that you've picked up recently. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to see more bookish content from me, be sure to go and hit subscribe, or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified every time I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew. Now it's time to go eat that yellow candy. Here I go.